Good morning, America. You are listening to Scrappy James here at Recovery Radio, a broadcast from the heart, where our lessons may become your blessings, where our history may predict your future, and where a sour truth turns into a sweet medicine. What am I doing here? The first time I asked myself that question, I was standing in San Diego Marine Corps boot camp asking myself, man, what am I doing here? Lately, you may have found yourselves asking the same question. And if you have, then let old Scrappy James encourage you to become a man of impact. Men of impact are intentional men pursuing a courageous transformation. A transformation is a complete, irreversible change. A pickle will never be a cucumber again. Have you ever seen anyone unboil an egg? No, you have not. Nor have you ever witnessed a butterfly reverting back into a caterpillar. It's a complete, irreversible change. If transformation is our destination, then how do we get there? Well, that's exactly what today's broadcast is about, and we're going to start with being intentional. Intentional. We have a motivation that inspires a spring in our step. You will discover that people will not stop you when you're moving with a purpose. Did you know that something no thicker than a nickel can prevent a train from beginning to roll? Now think of the size of that something that it takes to stop that same train once it's moving with a purpose. Intentional men. Men, we hold ourselves accountable for every decision we make. Men, we consider the effect that our decisions are going to have on others, putting others ahead of ourselves as we see ourselves in others. Men, there was a man trying to watch this ball game on TV, and his son kept crawling up on his lap, getting in the way. The man seen a newspaper. It had a full-page ad on the back with a picture of a globe. He tore it into long strips and rips it into short pieces. He gets a roll of tape and he says, son, sit over here out of my way so I can see if you can tape this picture of the globe back together. A hot minute later, his son was standing back in front of him, proudly holding up a finished globe. And he said, son, how did you get that together so quickly? And he said, it was easy, Dad. On the back side of the globe, there was a picture of a man. And once I put the man back into its correct place, the whole wide world came together. Intentional men pursuing. Pursuing. We create a target and we aim for progress. Pursuing. This here is where we make a commitment. Commitment is important for the days when we hit that wall. Without a commitment, we lack the desire that fuels and empowers our pursuit of a courageous transformation. Intentional men pursuing A. A for Alpha. We are leaders. When your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and to become more, then you are a leader. Words like I, me, and my will be replaced with words like we, together, and us. Intentional men pursuing A, courageous. Courage. Through our actions, we grow in our courage to take further actions. We replace doubt with new faith. Our faith is then courageous as we seek to improve our self-image. We improve our self-image by doing the right thing. And when we're doing the right things, man, you let old Scrappy James show you today that there is no room for guilt and shame, thus creating a courageous transformation. Now, transformation takes willingness. To show you an act of willingness, I'll ask that you empty your hands of everything please lace them together as if you were going to pray. Notice which thumb is on the top. Now I'm going to ask that you take one hand, turn it just enough, and lace it back together. Hold it. You feel how it's uncomfortable? The first time I asked you to do it was a knee-jerk reaction. We didn't think twice about it. The second time we had to think about that change we were going to make. We had to use our will to change our position. Transformation is cultivated by our willingness to take new actions. As men of impact, you'll find that people will not believe everything that you say. They will believe everything that you do. I'll show you one more example that I learned from Zig Ziglar, and then we will close. I'll ask that you empty your hands again. For this time, please hold them out in front of you about shoulder width apart. Now I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go, and then I want you to slap your hands together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! I told you exactly what I wanted you to do, and you ignored everything that I said. And you did exactly as I did. Courageous transformation is not cultivated by our wonderful words. It is created for the world to see by taking one right action at a time. What am I doing here? I'm maturing into a man of impact, an intentional man pursuing a courageous transformation. Thank you for taking the time to let old Scrappy James tickle your ears here at Recovery Radio, a broadcast from the heart, where our lessons may become your blessings, where our history may predict your future, and where a sour truth turns into a sweet medicine.